Good afternoon, Melisha. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well today. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. We're just going to start this session off and running. How's things been going since the last session?
Things have been pretty good. I've stepped up on my exercise like we talked about, so
Good
I'm
for
excited
you.
about that.
Good for you.
Yeah,
And how about fluid? Because you were doing really well with fluid.
and I'm still doing really really good on my fluid intake. So
Okay, so we talked about setting the goals, and you have pretty much um, checked them all off. How's it still going with the medicine?
um, I'm taking the medicine. Some not as I should, but
Okay, well, what's going on with that?
I don't know. Just don't really feel the need all the time.
You don't feel the need. Um, so why how have you been feeling? When you skip times taking your medicine.
Um, I mean, sometimes I can tell a difference, and then I'll go ahead and take it. But I mean, I feel like if I'm, exercising and keeping my fluid intake up, just those natural things, then I should be okay, and I would be able to handle it. So,
Okay, well, it's very important that you take your medicine. And so I want to know, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being very important and 1 being least important, how important is it to take your medication?
I'd say about a 4, maybe 5.
4 or 5? Okay, why you think of 4 or 5?
I don't know. I just feel like I can handle it, the natural way with my exercise, my fluid intake. I feel like I can that way.
Okay. So, what can I do to help you get it to maybe a 9 or a 10?
Back then, I just think, I just think I should be able to do it that way. I'm kind of okay with that. I don't see a problem with trying to fix that, handle things without medication.
Yeah, so the medication thing, I keep hearing you say medication, and I can tell you really don't care too much about medication. What is it about the medication that is kind of throwing you off or offsetting your program?
Well, honestly, I just don't like the fact that I have to be on medication. I don't feel like I should have to. It's unnatural and I just don't like it.
Okay, I understand. It's more the unnatural part, or you don't like taking the medicine? Which one is
It's
it?
more of the fact that I'm not natural and I don't want to be dependent on a drug. I want to be able to live my life, with just natural things. I don't want to be dependent on medicine to make me okay.
Okay, that's understandable, and you know that once you get your diabetes under control, that weaning yourself off of medication is possible. Did you know that?
Well, no, I just assumed that I was going to just have to be on it forever.
No, I mean, it's not a death sentence. I don't want you to feel like that something is wrong and that it's going to make your life difficult. But at this point, it's important that we try to stabilize it and get it under control. That way, you can eventually start weaning yourself off. That is possible. But in order for us to get to that point, we really have to do what's necessary now.
Mm-hmm.
And the most important thing to me is to make sure that you're feeling your best at all times, because I know that the baby, we talked about that the last time, was very important to you, and you enjoyed the dog. So I really want to make sure that we can keep those positive things in perspective. And there's nothing wrong with, not wanting that's a natural response. So don't feel like there's something wrong with you, because it's normal. It's a part of the process, and sometimes we just have to trust the process. It can seem like it's interfering, but sometimes we just have to do what we have to do, and
That makes a
everything
lot of sense.
yeah, everything will eventually start working itself out. But it's very important, because missing your medications can be do more harm than good. So we want to make sure that we take all precautions. You said you've been feeling well, and we want you to stay feeling well. That's more important to me than anything. And how important is it to you to feel well?
Well, it's very important, being that I have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of people that are depending on me. So I know that it's important for me to be around and be able to, handle those responsibilities.
Right, right. Okay. And so, what are some things that we can do to help bring it to a point where you can be more consistent with your medication?
Well, I didn't know that, once I got the diabetes under control, that it would be possible to, maybe wean myself off of it. So just hearing that and being informed of that kind of makes me, it gives me a new perspective on taking it. I mean, it's not really anything that was causing me not to take it, other than just my choice, myself telling myself that I wasn't gonna be a person that was dependent on medicine. But to hear that I can, that it is possible to get off of it at some point, that really changes things for me.
Yeah, okay. So, that's a good incentive and motivator for you. And that's something that we could work towards together. I mean, is it a certain time that you feel like you can do it? What do your mornings look like?
They're very, very, very like what's the word? Not routine. So some mornings I'm up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Other mornings I don't get up until noon. So evenings, night bedtime would definitely be better time for me
Okay,
to take in.
okay. So, what's a good time that you think would be more effective? Is it after walking the dog, or right before bed, or
Probably right before bed. That's best. That's probably would be best and more, on schedule.
on the schedule? Okay. So I guess we could say that our new goal is to be more consistent with taking your medication, and that the time that would be more conducive for you will be before bed.
Hmm.
And since it's not so bad, maybe we can compromise with that. Now, I'm not sure. You're going to have to follow up with a physician to make sure that it won't affect your sleeping, or things like that. But I think if you can find a day where you can really be consistent and take it all the time, then that will be great for you, and you won't feel like a slave to a medication.
Right. Hmm.
So I think that's a step in the right direction. You know, this is something new to you, and it's just going to take time to adjust, and it's okay. You know, if you ever feel like you're having some trouble or have any questions, you're welcome to call me. But as far as your counselor, I feel like that'll be our goal together, that we can work towards eventually weaning you off of your medication with your doctor's approval. And I think that if you continue to exercise, you take your medicine on a regular basis, and you keep your food and fluid intake proper, then I mean that's definitely possible.
Okay, I love to hear that.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me today?
Um, no, I just really appreciate the insight you gave, on, the possibility of, one day getting off of the medication, because that was a big issue with me that you know, maybe in the back of my mind, I just was so afraid of being on it forever. And so just hearing that, you informing me of that was means a lot. I appreciate that.
Okay, yes. I mean, you just had some levels that was, a little off. And like I said, with your physician's feedback and, me helping you with the proper diet and fluid and encouraging you to exercise and doing what you're supposed to do, I think that is possible.
Great.
So, you know, that's a goal that we'll work towards together, and, we'll just see what becomes of it.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so we're going to set the goal to take our medication before bed on a consistent basis. Do we both agree to that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, your next session, we're going to see how that goes. And make sure you follow up with your physician to make sure that that will be okay for you. And that
Okay.
won't disrupt anything that's going on.
Okay.
Okay, well, it was good seeing you today, and I hope all is well.
All right. Thank you.
All right, you have a good rest of the afternoon.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.